Jai Hind students. Today we are going to see data types in Python. What data type is? Data type is nothing. It is the value that can be stored in an identifier. Identifier is the variable. Means what type of data we are going to store in a particular variable. It is defined with the help of data types. Right? So it is an attribute which shows us what kind of data a variable must have. As I am telling, a numeric variable I have taken A. Numeric variable A I have taken. So it may contain, as it is a numeric variable, so it will contain only a numeric data. String variable, string data. Likewise, in our Python, different types of data are there, and for what purpose they are going to be used, we will see. First one is int, that is integer. It's a data type which is used to store whole numbers. Whole numbers means the numbers which are in the form of whole numbers 0 to 9, the number created with the help of 0 to 9, whether it is in positive or negative. Right? Then it has been categorized into three. They are plain integers, long integers and boolean. Right? Plain integers are those which are used to store integer values, whether it is negative or positive, which ranges from -214748364 till 214 means negative. This number means 2 to 4 to 6 to 8 to 10 minus 10 digits numbers to positive 10 digits number. It can store. Next is your long integers. Beyond the range of plain integers means more than the range from your plain integers. If we want to save, then we have to take long integers. Next is your boolean. Boolean, they represents logical values. Logical values like true or false, yes or no, right? So here boolean means 0 in the form of 0 and 1. 0 stands for false and 1 stands for true. So boolean type of data of integer data type is used to store the boolean values. Next is your float. Float means the numbers which is going to have decimal values, right? So floating point values means numbers in the form of decimals. They are stored in float type of data. Next is your string. String within single or double quotes we can write, which is a combination of numbers as well as alphabets, or it can have only numbers or it can have only alphabets, but they must be enclosed within single or double quotes. Integer and string, they are integer values, they take part in any type of calculations, while string values they cannot take part in any type of variables. Few examples you can see. With the help of that examples, you can be more clear between integer, float and string. They are, suppose I am going to write 1500. The value 1500, it's an integer type because it doesn't have any decimal. But in the next example, if you see 452.12, that is having decimal value, so it's a float data type. Next, the name of the school has been given in single quotes, right? So since it has been given in quotation, so it is a string data type. Next, yes or no condition is given, right? So it is a boolean data type. 158 is less than 985 means a condition has been given. Out of that condition, only it may be true or false. So checking true or false, it is a boolean data type. Next, we will see the operators. Operators are those which are used to make calculation. They are used in calculation and also assigning variables, making relations between variables, as well as taking logical decisions. They are the different types of operators. One by one we will see the operators and their functions. First one is arithmetic operators. Arithmetic operators are those which are mean for arithmetical operations, means any mathematical calculations if you want to do, it can be done with the help of arithmetic operators. The first is plus. Plus is used to find the sum of the variables. Minus, just to find the difference between the variables. Multiply, to find out the product of the numbers as well as product of the variables. Divide, it divides a number. Suppose if I am going to use double divide sign, then it divides the number and only it shows the result in the form of integer. Decimal part it will never show you. While percentage sign, it divides the number and after dividing what remainder it is giving, that number remainder is shown with the help of percentage sign. If double multiply sign we are going to use, that means find the power. As suppose I have written 2 times your multiply sign, then I have written 3, means 2 to the power 3. 2 has to be multiplied 3 times, right? Next is your string operators. Only 2 string operators are there. As we know, string values, they cannot be calculated, right? They cannot take part in any type of calculation and we cannot make calculations with the help of string data type. So string operators are there, only 2, one is plus and one is multiply. Plus is used to join 2 string values. If you want to join 2 string values, then we will use the plus sign, while multiply sign, it repeats a string for a number of times, means the same string if you want to repeat again and again, then you will use star sign. Assignment, that is equal to, it assigns value to a variable. Suppose you want to assign value to any of the variable, that is equal to sign is used. Next is relational, to make relation between the two variables. Less than means checking conditions. Less than, greater than, less than equal to, greater than equal to, not equal to and equal to, right? These are the different variables. Relational operators. Logical operators, make logical, are satisfying the logical conditions, and, or, and not. 3 operators are there. And operators are those which are used to join, if 2 variables I have taken and both the variables has to be satisfied, then AND is used. Suppose I am giving the example, I said 2 of the students that you both have to go to bring chalk for me. In that case, the condition has been given, they both have to go, means student 1 and student 2 both they must go. And second is or, student 1 or student 2, either of the two. If I use not, student 1 not student 2, both of you are not supposed to move out, right? So and, or, and not, these 3 logical operators are there. Now all the things we will see, students, with the help of some programs. Now students, to start with the functions, we are going to start our Python. To start our Python, we will start our Python and we will see some results. What type of data we are going to use, that can be seen to you. As in the case, suppose I am first function I am going to use type function, within bracket whatever value you will write, that's what data type it is containing, it will be seen to you. Suppose I have written type 100, right? When you press enter, it is giving you integer. 100 is an integer data type, right? So 100 is an integer data type which is seen to you over here. Next, I am showing you with students, suppose I am going to write type, within bracket in quotation I have written the name of the school. it will show you what data type it is. Sorry, quotation not, I copied it. That is str, that is string data type. Likewise, suppose I have written type 9.25, it is a float data type, it is seen to you. Likewise, we can find any data type. Suppose I have written type, then I have written false. Okay, type it's a boolean. So by this you can find out what data type we are using. Suppose I have written type 65 less than 98. What type of it is? It's a boolean data type. Likewise, type function, it returns what data type we are using for any of the variable. Next, input function. Input function, as the name is suggesting, inputs, to put something inside our computer. So input function, it assigns a variable, right, or stores a value into a variable. We can see, suppose I have taken any of the variable a equal to input. For this I am going to make a program. One by one we will make a program, then we will do some changes. So as last time we have created few files that I am going to use, right. So this is a program, it was there. I am going to use a equal to input, within bracket I am going to write, suppose within quotation, enter your name, quotation close, then suppose I have given a space, quotation close, close your bracket, then press enter. What you want to print? This variable, right. Now do Control S, file has been saved, run your module, enter your name. Suppose I have written my name, and as I print, Rahul has been printed. By this, for string variable, right. Suppose I want to store, do this input function to add integers. I am going to make a program for this, right. So for this I will define variables and add it. Suppose I have written a equal to input, a variable I have taken. For this, enter the first number. Suppose I have written first number. After writing this first number, I close the quotation, then put a bracket, b equal to input, bracket, quotation, second number, right, and I have to add these two numbers. So I have written print, within quotation bracket I put quotation, sum is given a space, then a plus b, bracket close. Now save it and run it. Here we have to put a comma. Save it, then run it. First number I have given 15. Second number 20. The answer is 30. What I have written? Have I written Why it is given 15, 20? Because it is taken as it has taken as not integer, it is taken as string. By default it takes as in string variable, right? So next we will do some more practice, but operators, we are going to use the operators, then it will be more clear. Now with the help of operators we are going to make some program, right? So the first program I am going to make using arithmetical operator, right? As in the case here, input I have taken. If we want sum, then if I am going to write int, that is integer, if I have converted it into integer, then you can be able to see first number 15, second is 20, answer we got 30, because by default it is string and I have converted it into integer, right? Now I am going to use the same program to add, subtract, multiply, divide, whatever you want to do, right? So print I have taken. Suppose operators, I told you they are different operators like arithmetical operators, plus, minus, divide, multiply, whatever. So secondly I am going to subtract it, right? So a minus b, right? Next I have taken multiply, so a into b. Next is a divided by b. So save it and run it. After running, first number I have given 30 and second number I have given 20. Now see, sum is, oh, I have to make changes here also. Sum, here it should be difference, here it should be multiply, yeah, product, here division, right? Now save it, run it. First number I have given 30, second number 20. Now you can see sum is 50, right? Difference is 10, right? Product is 600, again right? Division is 1.5. As I told you, divide, it gives the division, gives the result in decimal form. Now if you want in integer form, the same program I am going to update here. With division I have used 2 times division. Save it, then run it. 30 and 20. Now division is 1, because 1.5 it will be converted into integer as 1, right? Next operator is your module, just to give remainder. So I am going to use at the place of this one percentage sign, that is remainder. Now save it, run it. After running, the same value I am providing 30, 20, division is 10, because 21 is 20 and the remainder is 10. So remainder part it is showing us. Next is exponential. Suppose exponent I want to find out. So for this exponent I have taken two variables. Its power I am going to find out. So I have written print, after print bracket, quotation, I have written answer is, right, space, power, a to the power b, right? then save it and run it. First number 2, second number 3, मतलब 2 to the power 3, 2 to the 4 to the 8 is the answer. By this we can see the arithmetical operators. Next, string operators. As in the case of string operators, two strings can be added or they can be printed number of times, right? Suppose I am going to I have taken two variables a and b, but not as integer, it is taken as string, so I will delete the int part, right? I have deleted int part. Now I am going to print its concatenation, that is addition. Print direct variable I am printing a plus b, right? Second, I am going to repeat. Suppose I want to repeat any of the value, how much times, that will, it will be dependent. A, how many times? I need it 5 times, so multiply 5. Now save it and run it. Save it and run it. First number it is asking, first value it is asking, I have written Sunbeam, then it is asking for the second academy, right? So Sunbeam, 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 Sunbeam 5 times, because a 5 times, and it has been added as Sunbeam Academy, but not leaving any space. If you want space, then what will you do? Then this a plus b, so it will not give you any it will be printed in the form of that added, means without any space. Now next is assignment operators. For assignment operator, I will assign directly the value. Here with the help of input statement, what is going on? Whatever input, every time you are running the program, you can change the input. But if in the case of assignment, what you have assigned, that cannot be changed, right? I have taken 100, so I have added it. Now we will see the result. To see the result, it is asking directly, it is showing you 300, because assignment means whatever value you have assigned, that will remain fixed for a number of times. It will never be changed, right? Next is your relational operators. We are going to use the relational operators. The same you can perform at your home. Going to see relational operators, where less than, greater than, equal to, not equal to, these are we are going to see. Suppose this one has been given. Now I am going to check whether a is less than b or not. Now run it. What result? True. If you see the program, in this program, what is written? A is 100, b is 200. Definitely it is. If I am going to make this one, save it, greater than sign I have put, save it, it is giving you false, because a's value is not greater than b. Next I am going to see, suppose any other operator as not equal to I am going to use. So in the case of not equal to, we have to put exclamation sign and equal to, right? Save it and run it. True, because both are different values. right? If I want to see for equal sign, then 2 times equal we have to put. Now save it and run it. False, because both are different values, they cannot be equal. Now we are going to see logical operators. In the case of logical operator, we are going to see here print A is greater than B and B is greater than A. Means I am going to check conditions that value of A is 100 and value of B is 200. 100 is greater than 200? No. And 200 is greater than 100? True. But I have used and, so in this case both the conditions has to be satisfied. Otherwise it will give you false result, right? Next I am going to see OR. Suppose A is greater than B, no, or B is greater than A, yes, so it will give you the answer true. Is it given? Because either of the two conditions has to be satisfied. If I am going to use not, then in this case what will happen? Not means it may be true or false, but both the conditions are not to be satisfied. Suppose I am going to write not. In this case, A is greater than B, not B greater than A. So suppose I am writing A less than B. Save it. Run it. Invalid. Why invalid? So I am going to use not, save, false. Why false? Because not A is greater than less than B. It is A is less than B, so it is giving false. If I am writing this one, save it, run it. It is true because just opposite, A is greater than B, no. So no is greater than B, this is true, right? So this is all for today. You have practiced with me. Now students, it's my suggestion, you must practice again at your home. We will meet in the next class, and till then, Jai Hind. In the next class we will go for some control structures, right? Thank you students.